И снова здравствуйте, мои уважаемые зрители.
Hello again, my dear viewers in the yard. We have the 23rd of April and today's material is the last. Today I will deviate a little from traditions, because it is very likely that the Russian command, in view of the fact that Holy Evening is already coming tonight, Easter holiday, and Ukraine and the Russian Federation are strange Orthodox. That is, due to this, the activity of hostilities has noticeably dropped. There are, of course, artillery and rocket attacks, but offensive actions, even a local order, have not been noted to date. Yes, there are local skirmishes, including in the area of the Russian-Ukrainian border, on the border of the Sumy and Kursk regions, but in general, nothing fundamentally serious is happening here. It is for this reason that I decided to dedicate today's review to the refutation of various rumors and conjectures. And I want to start from the northern flank. In fact, the front is the north of the Kharkov direction, because the Ukrainian command has been stubbornly dispersing the topic of the alleged counter-offensive of the Ukrainian army in this area for 3 days already. There is no serious counter-offensive of the Ukrainian army in this area. As I said earlier, Russian troops left the gray zone and Ukrainian troops again occupied it. Exactly according to the same scheme, according to which they did it, in my opinion, even, if I'm not mistaken, 10 days ago. Then they went back, the Russian troops fired, and the Russian troops entered along Dergachi. And again the Russians left. Now the Ukrainians have come again. That is, there is such a leapfrog here that has been going on for more than 1 week. This suggests that there is some kind of counter-offensive, given that Kiev, blood from the nose, needs at least some kind of victory, as they say, and this one is suitable for this case. Near Izium, in the Donbas, shelling is underway. So far, no serious progress has been observed today, and I think tomorrow too. We will not see any serious hostilities here, I mean moving forward. Perhaps some night skirmishes, local skirmishes, including shelling. It's all possible, but I think that no one will attack anywhere on Easter. Everyone will celebrate the holiday as much as possible under combat conditions. And here I want to immediately answer a huge number of questions that come to my personal mail about Kupensky district. You know, we have neither electricity nor water. In general, it is very difficult for us. We are in a real disaster. Of course I know about it. Unfortunately, I can't answer everyone, so I'm answering here. Unfortunately, you really have a humanitarian catastrophe, caused primarily by the actions of Kiev, which cut off your electricity. That is, in fact, Russia cannot supply you with electricity today, and from here you have neither electricity nor water supply, which is also tied to electricity. And Kiev, it is doing this absolutely deliberately in order to displease you, because Kupensk is one of those cities that, before the war, and now, as a whole, supports the Russian military operation on the territory of Ukraine. And in such an inhuman way, Kiev is trying to change the situation in its favor. I don't think he can do anything. In exactly the same way, he will not succeed in Donetsk, where for 2 months now, as soon as active hostilities began, it became clear that water was no longer needed in Mariupol. They essentially blocked the water supply of Donbas rather than the Donetsk agglomeration. In fact, Kiev is waging war, absolutely not bothering about any humanitarian issues. For them, humanitarian issues, especially in relation to those territories that do not support Kiev. This is, as they say, a rhetorical question. No one ever bothers about this topic. It is for this reason that until Russian troops defeat the Ukrainian armed forces in this area, unfortunately, this is how it will be. It is for this reason that I advise residents to find opportunities in some way. Either hold on, or leave for the Russian Federation. Although, as you know, there is no sugar at the border either. And so, this question is also clear. We now turn to the Kherson direction, where there is also a huge number of rumors and speculation. Previously, I have already refuted some of them. Today I will continue. And I will talk more about Nikolaev because many residents of Nikolaev, knowing me, are watching. They ask me what will happen next, what to expect in our hometown. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what to expect. In fact, anyone who has watched my videos will guess what to expect. I am the resident of Nikolaev, especially in the current conditions, when you have been living without water supply for almost 2 weeks. When the leadership of your city and region makes a helpless gesture, they only think about war. They don't care about you at all. You must definitely leave the city, if possible, move to the countryside, or somewhere in the Odessa region. Better yet, I would advise you to move to Moldova. I emphasize, if there is such a possibility. And as soon as the issue of southern Ukraine is resolved. And I think that sooner or later it will be resolved. You will return to your hometown, where, I am absolutely sure, in time life will begin to improve. But now, I still advise everyone to leave. And, having dealt with the information on the places, I want to generally answer one more standard question that the inhabitants of Russia ask me in the first place. The question sounds something like this: why is it impossible to attack military echelons on the territory of Ukraine? And why aren't they hitting bridges? On bridges, in fact, they are already trying to strike. Why is it not massive? However, this is not a question for me. And about why the military echelons are not attacked, I will answer. In fact, a significant part of the military equipment that is being transferred to the Donbas, to other sectors of the front, they are combined. Carriages with military equipment are attached to railway passenger trains so that here, under the cover of civilians, they can safely move around the territory of Ukraine. Because vehicles can no longer move under their own power, for the reason that I stated earlier. That the problem with fuel and lubricants in Ukraine is getting tougher and tougher. And even those supplies that today go through Moldova and across the western border. This is obviously not enough, and the Ukrainian armed forces are experiencing not only shell hunger, but have long been experiencing hunger for fuel and lubricants. Therefore, they also go out of their way to carry out military transfers under the cover of the civilian population. Although, I emphasize, I do not know why the Russian command protects them and does not strike at bridges. I honestly don't know. I don't have an answer to this question. That's about what I wanted to say today, and immediately make an announcement for tomorrow. Due to the fact that tomorrow we will have a bright Easter holiday, I decided to make myself, to some extent, a day off. But in the evening, I, nevertheless, will try to sum up the results of the day in the evening. I don't know what the news will be. In general, I think that one issue for tomorrow will be enough. And I'll try to rest. That's it, that's all for now. Goodbye. I congratulate you all on the upcoming Easter holiday, and, I hope, until tomorrow evening, goodbye.
Поздравляю вас всех с наступающим праздником Пасхи и до, надеюсь, завтрашнего вечера. До свидания.